Okay, so The Rock, he's been in the news recently and everybody went crazy. But you've seen the title and now you're mad at me too? More for me. So let's get some things straight right off the bat. Yes, I do think WrestleMania 41's main event would have been better if Dwayne Johnson had been there. I mean, for one, he's a massive star, but also two, it would have been the icing on the cake. The man who got John Cena to turn heel returns in order to screw Cody Rhodes out of the championship and give that belt to Mr. John. I mean, that just makes me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. It also hurt because Travis Scott did turn up to WrestleMania, and we're simple creatures. If we go back to the Elimination Chamber and we remember seeing The Rock, John Cena and Travis Scott, and then you see Travis Scott in Las Vegas, where you just presume that Rocky is going to be right behind him, once again, that's perfectly normal. It's how your brain works. It's also clearly what most people wanted, because go and look at the reaction. Then a couple of days later, The Rock did go on the Pat McAfee show. Now, as ever, we don't know what is not true and what is true. Only the people directly involved are going to be able to know that for sure. But one of his points did hit home with me just a little bit, and that was the idea that he just wanted to shine a spotlight on John Cena, who was about to win his record-breaking 17th world title. Because you just know there would have been some other people that would have been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe The Rock is here, trying to steal away all the power from John Cena on his truly very special night. I mean, we've learnt this over the years, especially since tribalism has exploded. Nobody can actually win. I actually do agree that Cena's presence alone should be enough, but once again, I'll throw that caveat in there. It's not really the story we were being told. It also led to a bigger chat about The Rock in general. This is where I'm going to stare right down the lens and give it to you as directly as I can. I absolutely love it, and I never want it to go away. Admittedly, I do view wrestling very differently these days because I've gone full Cyndi Lauper with it. I just want to have fun. And of course, it's better when storylines make sense and you can set something up and then get the outcome you are expecting. I go back to my romantic comedy analogy. At the end, you just want the two leads to get together. But ultimately, as long as I do walk away with a good feeling in my tootsie toes and a smile on my face, well, I say this one quietly, I'm pretty damn happy. I mean, that's another reason The Rock being at WrestleMania would have been so cool, because it's the flipping Rock. But yes, all the discourse and the melting down and the craziness afterwards, well, I did find that entertaining too. And going back to what I just told you, as long as I do feel sports entertained, I'll take it. I mean, in my own stupid life, it doesn't actually matter whether The Rock turns up to a wrestling event or not. And when he does blow into town, oh my gosh, the absolute explosion around it is tremendous. And look, I'm totally guilty of this too. I was driving back for one of my own wrestling matches when I knew The Rock had announced he was going to be on SmackDown talking to Cody Rhodes. And what did I do? Even though it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, I pulled over because I wanted to watch it. And I had no idea what was going on. As The Rock said, Cody Rhodes, I want your soul. But then I drove the rest of the way to my abode going, man, I'm excited to see what's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. So that really does count as another tick. And if we go back to WrestleMania 40, this one I can say with a lot of assurity, which is not a word, I just made it up, but I don't think that build would have been a good if the final boss wasn't in it. I mean, sure, the original plan of moving Cody to one side wouldn't have worked out, but we didn't do that. We used the word of the day and we did pivot when all of a sudden Dwayne Johnson did go heel again, and everything leading up to the stuff between The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, well, I actually think it's some of the best promotion and preview stuff WWE's done in ages. It just made WrestleMania 40 super exciting over both nights, and you probably don't get that crazy ending on the Sunday night main event, where it essentially became, well, who the hell is going to come down the entranceway next? But to go back to this idea of sports entertainment, well, that may have been the peak of it. And of course, it did affect some stories and it shifted some angles, but it did turn out to be fun. And listen, I would have liked that at WrestleMania 41 too. I'm going to keep saying that because I know what the comments are like. I do think it would have been better if The Rock had been there. But I'm also the outlier here. Here comes my asterisk. I am having such a hoot with heel John Cena that it is enough. I know some people don't like his promos or his reasoning for going bad guy. I just think it's tremendous. I never thought I was going to see this, and the fact I get it before I am dead, thumbs up. And yes, admittedly, if you had taken Mr. Johnson out of this, the story still would have been fine. And actually, you still could have had Travis Scott slap Cody Rhodes. Now, yes, they could have gone down at Elimination Chamber, but if you are shifting some things around, you probably could have done the John Cena heel turn at WrestleMania, and yes, it could have been Travis Scott who got involved. Now, of course, you're rolling your eyes, but this isn't the first time that WWE has done something like this before. Let's go back to John Cena versus Seth Rollins, and do you remember who got involved? John Stewart. And that actually ties in because Stewart's whole justification was, I didn't want John Cena to win number 17 because I'm a big Ric Flair fan. So if John Cena has now become every single thing that he used to hate, well, why not have a celebrity get involved on his behalf? And he could have even walked out to the ring and gone, ha ha, I remember John Stewart, so I did it too. Again, I would have just moved Travis Scott away, but WWE's going to be obsessed with these things. There's ways and means. I mean, this is the whole reason why the creative team exists, although once again, we have to come back the other way. I don't think you get the hoopla that we do get at the Elimination Chamber, because of course John Cena's heel turn was one of the things we're going to remember for the rest of our days, but having The Rock do it and cut his neck, it's one of those surreal moments again. We're like, wait a minute, The Rock and John Cena are essentially teaming up as bad guys? I mean, I never thought I'd see the day. You probably know there was one kid out there, his dreams were crushed. And once again, of course, you have to follow up on this properly, otherwise WWE can get frustrating. But I shall now give you 2 points. 1, I love the fact that I got it, right? I loved all the craziness with the wrestling community, and as I stand here a few weeks removed from Wrestlemania, well, it makes me feel pretty good. Number 2, now we have moved past it, I sort of do let it go, and I just focus on the fact that we are going to get John Cena versus Randy Orton, where once again the roles are flipped. And there have been so many highlights throughout all of this. I mean, most of the talking that John has done with Randy and that Cody Rhodes promo a couple of days before the Sunday Night WrestleMania, I mean, they tore lumps out of each other. Verbally. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it was cool to be part of this moment, and I'd rather have the moment than not have it at all. At the same time, you also do need the story to make sense, otherwise fans do get rightfully annoyed, and if you would like some evidence of this, go and watch WWE 2019. That thing will drive you crazy. But when you compare that to now, I'm sorry, it's night and day, and 2025 kicks its ass. So if somebody did give me the power of the wrestling magic wand, I would absolutely have The Rock involved, because there is so much wrestling on TV, and if you do watch it week to week to week, it can get a bit laborious sometimes, so if you can just throw a firecracker into the mix, everyone goes nuts. Well, I think it's great. Once again, see Mania 40. So I just like the chaos because I am Dr. Robotnik, and I totally understand that it's probably frustrating for the creative team or other wrestlers if they are standing around going, we're not entirely sure what's happening here. That's also probably why The Rock didn't make any noise when it came to WrestleMania 41. That was another one of these stories. But even when he posted the picture the day before of him driving a truck in Hawaii, we all went, that's quite clearly a trick. He's going to be in Vegas. So if all of a sudden he does start promoting it, people are going to be like, he's going to be in Vegas. And even he writes, listen, I am not coming there in a wrestling capacity, but I just wanted to promote the event. Do you know what we're all going to do? Who's going to be in Vegas? That's the problem with wrestling being at work. We always think somebody's trying to pull the wool over our eyes. That's also why the chamber angle in retrospect is so tricky. It just led you to believe that he was going to be in Vegas. But again, it does just bring a bunch of chat to the community and to proceedings. As I do get older, I'm starting to realize it's kind of what I enjoy the most. It always works itself out eventually because wrestling television never stops and we just move on to something else. I mean, now the talking point is the fact that Seth Rollins started a heel group and everybody cheers them. You could argue that's a total mess, but once again, I love it because it is just so totally unhinged. I mean, honestly, I think truly if we did all just sit down and watch the weekly TV and not actually dive into the backstage stuff, some of us wouldn't even be fans anymore. And I mean, look at the conversation that happened after the fact. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is the worst WrestleMania main event in history. Give me a break. Up until Travis Scott arrived, again, please put that in your ears, it was perfectly fine, and we had John Cena doing double axe handles off the top rope. You could ask the people that were watching me with this live, I was having a conniption, I couldn't believe it. I also just think given Dwayne Johnson's Hollywood responsibilities, he's probably been told, by the way, you can't do that for a little while, because not only does he have the smashing machine that's about to come out, but he's going to be in a Scorsese movie. So if you remove the wrestling and focus on the human side, if Martin Scorsese rang you up today and said, you can be in a movie, but you need to stop doing these other things, you're probably going to say yes. Once again, it doesn't remove the disappointment of The Rock not being there, but you can still understand it. You just know too, even if it is a year or so, if those rumblings do start to get out there again, the buzz for The Rock will continue. So I think he is a wonderful asset to pro wrestling, because I don't want things to be boring. I want them to be as totally mad as possible. So continue to bring it, Mr. Johnson, which was his catchphrase. Maybe that's what he meant. Just bring it. And he was talking about an absolute roller coaster, but that's the best part of wrestling. And with that, I bid you adieu. Now, of course, I know you don't agree with me, so make sure you post a comment below before you like the video, share the video, and subscribe, and click the video on the screen. And I understand, Simon, you're so positive all the time. I am, but this one I truly mean. I think The Rock is an absolute blessing. There's probably people backstage that are like, oh man, I can't handle it. But I don't need to worry about that. I'm a stupid bald guy in the UK. Also, my friends, thank you for joining me as always. Again, that's why I love doing these videos, because we can just go and explode the conversation. So let me know your true thoughts, and I will see you soon.